How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It helps out, means a ton. You guys get plenty of fun stuff, not just reviews. We do discussions on this channel. I'm definitely going to be making a discussion about this chapter. But with that being said, wow. This chapter was so much fun. I had an absolute blast reading this chapter. This was just fun to read. And there was some very good stuff in here, okay? So, to start it off, we got the rug pulled out from under us last week. With that last panel where you can basically see Kafka getting annihilated, and then it turns out that the kaiju form took shape, I guess, either at the very, very last second, or it is possible, I guess, that Kafka got hit with the initial impact, and then the kaiju form formed around him, and then stood there and took the, I guess, remainder of the blow, the ending of the impact, I guess you could say. So you could still say Kafka did get hit at the end of last chapter, but it's a little pulling the rug out on us, just a little bit. But I didn't mind it. It was kind of hype when I all of a sudden saw Kaiju number 8 just standing there. And when I say Kaiju number 8 in this chapter, that is different from Kafka. Kafka and Kaiju number 8 in this chapter are basically two separate entities, but we're going to get into that here in a second, and I absolutely love that, and I hope everybody else did too. So, at first, Kikaru seems like, oh, thank God, he's okay, but then really quickly she kind of notices that something's not entirely right. This isn't Kafka. Like I said, like we normally know him in this form. This is not the Kafka we know. So he lets out this massive scream, and General Shinomiya is also like, so you're finally showing your true form, eh, Kaiju? Lets out this massive scream, absolutely shakes the place. And this is when Kafka confirms that he can't control his body. He doesn't know what's going on. This is truly Kaiju number 8 taking over. He says, damn it, at this rate, I'm never going to be able to show him that I'm human. I really am acting like a full-blown Kaiju right now. This isn't good. This is when we get one of the biggest spots in this entire chapter. If you remember anything from this chapter going later on down the line, this is probably it. We have the original Kaiju that flew down Kafka's mouth back in, the end of chapter 1, beginning of chapter 2, whatever it was. And it's telling Kafka, I'll kill Kaiju. It's taken over Kafka's body. This is very interesting and, to me, very good, because originally it was a little strange how this thing flew down Kafka's mouth, gave him Kaiju form powers, with all this crazy strength, this crazy morphin ability, all of this crap. And then it's just like, alright, have fun, have at it. I'm just gonna chill down here for a while. I wonder how everything's going up there. Like, that was a little strange, right? It didn't talk to Kafka at all. It didn't tell him, hey, I got this Kaiju power, here, have it. Nothing. It just flew down, gave him that power, and shut up. Didn't do nothing. Didn't try to take over his body at all, like we normally see in a shonen trope like this. Nothing. So this is very interesting to see that it does have the ability to basically take control of the body. It really does kind of act like a parasite if it wants to. But it wants to kill Kaiju. So this gives us the idea that, well, basically, it didn't really have the need to take over Kafka's body. Kafka was doing exactly what it wanted Kafka to do. It wanted Kafka to kill Kaiju, and Kafka was more than happy to go out and kill Kaiju with the new power he got. But this leads more discussion to be had. Why does this little tiny Kaiju want to kill Kaiju? This was awesome. There's a lot of stuff here. Do not skip over this little bit of this little tiny guy finally talking to Kafka more. And, well, he's not just doing this. When I say Kaiju number 8, this is who I'm talking about this chapter. This is Kaiju number 8. This is who's fighting. Kafka is not fighting right now. Kafka is just a passenger along for a terrible, terrible ride. General Shinomiya and Kaiju number 8 go at it. Kaiju number 8 is not holding back. He's just going. Shinomiya's in his head. He's like, he's fast, but he's still just fighting like a savage. He's not thinking about how he's going to be open. And that was a problem for Shinomiya because that's when Kaiju number 8 decided that, no, I'm not gonna be open. I'm just gonna twist my body around a whole nother 180 degrees, snap my own spine just to try and punch you in the face again. And yeah, it kind of worked. Trust me, you wouldn't have seen that coming either. That was awesome. Can you wait for that to be animated? The punch misses, all of a sudden his body just... That's gonna be cool. Anyway, so legs flip back around and boom! Slams Shinomiya into the floor. And this is when the general realizes, I get it. If I look at you and think of you like I'm fighting a human, there's gonna be problems. So he's in the right mindset now. General Shinomiya was just trying to have a boxing match, and that snapped it into his head and it reminded him, oh yeah, I am fighting a kaiju. Because he is. Kafka is a human, but right now, he's fighting a full-blown kaiju. And this full-blown kaiju just starts laying into Shinomiya while he's down on the ground. I mean, absolutely just gumu gumu no Gatling. 100%. Just annihilating him. But we get to see a little bit of smarts from Shinomiya in a fight. He kicks the feet out from underneath Kaiju number 8, allowing him a chance to get up. He was blocking all the shots while he was down there on the ground. We get a nice little panel from Shinomiya where she is concerned for her dad, and we notice she always calls him daddy. Shinomiya still really, really cares about her dad, even though he's been kind of cold to her while she was growing up. She still cares about him a lot. He is kind of the only parent she has left that we figured out about recently. So it's nice to see the care between the two of them, and we'll get a little bit more into that here in a little bit. First, however, we got General Shinomiya throwing out his own techniques finally, and we get Force Blast, which that's just a cool name. And after he hits Kaiju number 8 with Force Blast, it looks like he did some damage, but Kaiju number 8 did some really tricky stuff, and I'm guessing he basically ejected his core from his chest to where it was now behind General Shinomiya, and he just left the husk of the body and reformed entirely from the core itself. So being able to do that at will is kind of nuts. Just like throwing away your entire body and reforming a new one. Which, I said Kafka was along for a terrible ride. This is what I'm talking about. This stuff, all of this twisting around, snapping its spine in 180 degrees, ejecting the core and reforming its entire body, that stuff is taking a massive toll on Kafka. You can tell he's kind of tired and weak after he really exerts himself in that form, but the kaiju taking control and going all out with these shape-shifting abilities while Kafka's just along for the ride really seems to be hurting, like, extremely bad. I don't know if he felt the entire amount of pain you would feel from reforming your entire body within, like, an instant. I don't know how much pain that would be. I would assume a lot, like a lot. So I don't know if he feels all of that pain that you normally would, but he's feeling a ton of it. This stuff is absolutely wrecking Kafka's actual body while all of this is going on. And then this is when we get our wonderful shonen trope, the fist clash, super powerful punch to super powerful punch, absolutely wrecking the entire area, scaring the shit out of these two little, like, scientist dudes. They're like, oh, wait a minute, they're actually breaking this place? This is, like, not okay. This is when one of the other higher-ups kind of explains to him, is like, well, yeah, we've kind of brought Kaiju number 2 back from the past into the present day to fight another extremely powerful identified Kaiju. But yeah, we have little Kaiju number 8 saying, I'll kill Kaiju. To me, this is the reason why it's taking Kafka's body and going all out, trying to fight the general director, possibly trying to kill the general director right now, is because this is the first time Kafka has seen a kaiju and pretty much not tried to fight it. He's always been involved in the fight against the kaiju in one way or another, whether it's front lines physically in Kaiju number 8 form fighting the kaiju or helping other people to fight kaiju. Whatever it was, he was against them. Now, Kafka is sitting in front of somebody who puts off the aura of a Daikaiju, has things made from the body of a Daikaiju. Kaiju number 8 is seeing the general director and basically seeing Kaiju number 2. So this is why he's going all out. It's basically, oh, you're not going to take it this time? Okay, fine. Give me the body. I'll do it. And this is how we've gotten to this right now. And that's really cool to me. And that's one reason why I enjoyed this chapter so much. But anyway, I'm talking enough. We gotta go. So Kikaru is kind of surprised to see her dad fighting toe to toe with an identified kaiju one-on-one by himself. So apparently Kikaru didn't exactly know really how strong old daddy was. She knew he was strong, but she didn't see all this coming. But one of the other higher ups tells us now that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense though. If the general wanted to kill Kafka, he would have hit him with like Force Blast while he was in human form. He would have just walked up like, Kaiju disposal starting, Force Blast, bam! Alright, come pick up the parts, let's go to lunch. Like, that's what he would have done if he was just trying to kill Kafka right off the bat. It might not have gone like that, the Kaiju might have just taken control then, but that's how he would have handled it. And we get Shinomiya thinking back to her telling him about how Kafka saved his life and saved her life and all of this stuff. And I really do hope that this goes somewhere, like the general director does end up telling Kafka at one point, thank you for saving my daughter, actually shows some emotion from deep down in there, because you have to be honest about Shinomiya. Yeah, he's a little jaded. He's a little heartless. But you do have to understand that Kikaru's mom was probably killed by that kaiju when she was pretty young. Well, when Kikaru was young. Because we see in her flashback, she's pretty young, and her dad is just like this. So this is presumably after that happened. So it's one thing, kill dude's wife. It's another thing to kill his wife when their child is like 4 or 5 years old. You understand why he's like, you know what, I'm just going to shut all these emotions down. We're going to be cold and calculated and kill as many kaiju as I can until I die. That's my life from now on, and I'm okay with it. What about a child? Oh, I have a child? Oh, crap. Oh, shit. So yeah, he went a little far, alright? I'm not absolving him of being cold towards Shinomiya. It's still a little messed up, Dad. But you have to give him a little leniency with his type of personality and the way he is. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I really hope that that gets fleshed out more. That is really the ending force behind all of this, is what Kafka did for his daughter, and the fact that while he might seem like this really cold dude on the outset, because he kind of is, that is something that means a lot to him. Kikaru is probably the last thing the general director has in this world that he cares about, and he's probably so stern, cold, and calculating because he might honestly feel on the inside that if he isn't like that, if he lets up for even a second and stops thinking about how to fight off kaiju for even a second, that he might lose the advantage and lose the last thing he cares about. If we get some stuff like this, which I'm not saying we necessarily will, like, this is a battle manga. I don't know how emotionally deep with characters and all this stuff we want to go. I would enjoy that very much. He can still be the super stern dude, but a little insight into him actually caring, that'd be a good thing. But with that being said, this is long enough, and this is the end of the chapter. Director General Shinomiya is getting worn down. He kind of underestimated Kaiju number 8's fortitude. But what everybody else doesn't know is Kafka's on the inside, and he looks like he's about ready to just die. He's done. His veins are like popping out. I feel like they're about to just blow out of his skin. His eyes look like they have no life in him at all. One of them's barely open. He looks just absolutely messed up. So yeah, I don't know how much longer Kafka can hold out either. So I'm curious to see what's gonna go. I'm curious to see how this is gonna end. I'm wondering if Shinomiya is going to step in, and that is going to kind of halt Kaiju number 8, because the reason Kaiju number 8 is going so savage right now is because of the fact that the general director is putting off the aura of a Daikaiju. Kaiju number 8 is seeing Shinomaya as another kaiju. That's why it's trying to kill him right now. If Kikaru jumps in there in the middle of them, that might stop it because, well, we've kind of seen that it doesn't really want to kill people. Don't know why, but who knows? Not sure how this is going to end. It's going to have to end somehow. I have no idea, but this chapter was absolutely amazing. Great chapter. I hope everybody enjoyed. I'll see you next time. I'm out.